Hello everyone, how are you doing today? I am Danny Traveler, and in this video I'm gonna tell you a story about a very rude guest that I told her to leave the hostel that I was working in São Paulo for a very bad situation. Do you wanna know about this story? Okay, let's go with me and check the story out.
Hi, I'm Daniel, or Danny Traveler. The world is my home, and my backpack is everything I carry with me.
Alright, so I have worked in so many places as a volunteer, doing volunteering programs at hostels. And what does that mean? You work in hostels in exchange for accommodation. So you have any ability, if you know how to clean, how to work in reception, how to do any other ability that you have, you can work at hostels in exchange for accommodation, right? And I have done this in a lot of places in my life. And I have met a lot of people. And trust me, hostels, they are the place that you meet a very bunch of good people, but also it's a place that you meet very crazy people. And there was a situation in my life in last year, 2021. I was working in a certain hostel in São Paulo, and I met a very crazy person. And this person is from the Netherlands, and I was working there at this hostel in cleaning and reception. And my shift started from 5 p.m. until 10 p.m. I used to work 5 hours a day, 6 days a week, 1 day off. And during my days off and my hours off, I used to go for a walk in the city, to have a walk in the parks and everything like this. And then one day in specific, I was in the city for a walk. I went to a park. I was having a very nice day. And then this guest arrived at the hostel. And when I got at the hostel for about 3 p.m., around 3 p.m., I was eating. So I went to the kitchen and I was having coffee with bread and something like this, some fruits. And then this girl, she came and we started talking to each other. And then she told me a lot of things about her life, and I told her a lot of things about my life too, because for people who knows for people who I used to go to hostels, they know what I'm talking about. You meet people from all over the world. And this girl, we started a conversation. She was telling me about how was her life in the Netherlands and everything. I was telling her about my life. And then what happened was, we talked for a very long time, and she told me that she was suffering from depression, and now that she was okay. At that time she was okay because she was traveling and a lot of things. And at that time, she seemed to be a very nice person. She seemed to be a very cool person to be around, a very cool person to be talking to. But no. Hours later, we were having a conversation with each other. She was in a mixed room. That, by the way, it was the room that I was also sleeping, because it was mixed, man and woman in the same room, and with 6 beds. And then after we were talking, and we had a very good talk to each other, I thought. And then she didn't know that I was a volunteer at the hostel. She didn't know. And then after we talked, she went to the bedroom, and then I was about to start my shift. I said, okay, now it's almost 5 p.m. I'm going to get ready to start my shift. Then I went to the bedroom. And then when I entered this bedroom, which was the bedroom that I was also I was living, she saw me there. When she saw me there, she changed her behavior, changed completely. And then I said, okay, I'm going to remain the same. And then I went there, took some things in my backpack that I had to take, and then went downstairs and started working, doing my shift. And then in that day, we were about to receive 2 guests, they were coming. And then later, I looked in the system, I said, okay, 2 people, they were coming, and these people were about to arrive to stay in the same bedroom that we were, me and this girl and other people were. Hours later, it was about 7:30 p.m. I went back to the bedroom to check the beds, because I had to know I had to make sure if the beds, they were good to receive people, if they had the pillows and everything, if the room was clean. You know, when I entered this room for the second time, she turned off the light. It was 7:30 p.m. and the room was mixed. She closes the door, she turns off the light, and then when I entered, She was very angry, and then she told me,
You know what? You know what you should do? Before entering in here, you should knock the door and say, Excuse me, I am housekeeping. Can I enter your room?
but then she said it in a very rude way. And I was like, is this girl serious? Are you serious? Are you serious? She looked at me and she goes like,
Oh, so you work here. You work here. I didn't know you work here. You should have told me. You should have told me you work here. And now when you want to enter this room, you have to ask me permission. You have to knock the door and identify yourself as a cleaning person because you cannot enter my room.
I swear, I was looking at this girl like, is this girl kidding me? Is she kidding me? No. She has got to be kidding me because I can't believe she's doing this. You know, I'm just here working, doing the thing that I have to do. And I don't want to deal with this kind of rudeness. You know, I don't have to deal with this kind of rudeness. And then I told her, this room, first of all, this room is not your room. It's a mixed room. So if you are here, people will come in and come out because it's a shared room. So you are in a hostel. You don't have the room for yourself. People have to respect you. They cannot go in your bed and sit in your bed and wake you up when you were sleeping. But the room is mixed. We have to share the room. And I work here. And two people are coming in a few minutes or a few hours. I have to make sure if the beds are ready, if the room are clean for them to come. But then she was acting very rude and she was very angry, telling me a lot of words, telling me a lot of things. And then I told her, do you know that this room is shared? You're not here alone and you're sharing a room. People will come here, they will come in and come out. I don't understand the reason why you're acting like this.
I know this is a shared room. I know this is a shared room. I share a room with other people, not with people like you.
From this kind of behavior, I understood what she was saying. She didn't want me to stay in the same room as her because I was working in the cleanness. And this person is she has a very big prejudice. I already realized what this girl was up to. She wanted to fight. She wanted to act like having a very big prejudice. And then I told her, you know what? You are in a shared place. You are in a shared room. If you want your privacy, you should rent a private room. You should go to a private room. But you are here in a shared room and you are acting like this. And you are sharing a bedroom with me and with other people. But the more I tried to explain to her, she was getting more and more and more angry.
I know I am in a shared room. I know I'm sharing room with other people. I am just not sharing room with you. You are not the person that I'm sharing room with. You work in the cleanness. I don't have to share a room with you. With other people, yeah. But with you, no. I will not take this.
Then I left her talking by herself. I said, I'm not gonna talk to this girl. You know, I'm not gonna buy this. You know, I'm not gonna buy her fight. She wants to argue. She wants to tell me a lot of things. I'm not gonna talk to her. I said, you know, keep talking to yourself. I'm not gonna argue with you. This is a shared room. I'm gonna enter here, and other people are gonna enter here, and this is the way I explained to you. If you want a private room, we have here. You can rent a room and nobody will bother you. But she didn't have enough. She wanted more. She wanted to fight. But then I just left the room. I said, I'm not gonna argue with this girl anymore. I told myself, I'm not gonna buy this girl's fight. She wants me to go into a fight and she's gonna be talking to herself. Just ignored her, went back to what I was doing, and then another guest came. I entered with this guest in the bedroom. And then showed the bedroom, and then this mean girl was there. I ignored her. Alright guys, then later, 10 p.m. I finished my shift. And then I told myself, you know what? I'm gonna pack my things and I'm gonna go to a private room. Because the owner told me that if somebody bothers you or if somebody disrespects you, that you could sleep in another room, no problem for him. And then I said, I'm gonna sleep in another room. And then I already had packed. I took my backpack, and then I took my backpack and went to the other room. And then I thought, this is not right. What she is doing is not right, is not correct. My other colleague, who was also a volunteer there, told me, she cannot do this. You don't have to leave the room because of her. She is wrong. Her attitude is very wrong. I said, you know what? She's wrong. She is wrong. I'm not leaving the room. And then I stayed in the room, but then didn't talk to her anymore. And then after 10 p.m., I finished my duty, my shift. When I entered this room again, I didn't say anything to her. I just entered the room. And then she closes all the doors. And then it was a little bit hot inside this room. And we were in the pandemic. You cannot be in closed places. And then when I entered the room, she closes all the doors. There was no ventilation. There's no air, running in the room. And then I just turned the fan. I turned on the fan. When I turned on the fan, she jumped out of the bed. She did a big jump out of the bed, very aggressive like this, and came towards me.
Are you crazy? You're not gonna turn this fan on. You're not gonna turn this fan on. You cannot be here in this room. You work here in the cleaning. I don't want to share a room with you. I don't want to share a room with you. You don't have to stay here.
And guys, at this point, I was still quiet. I was still trying to keep my temper. And then I told her, please leave me alone and do not talk to me. This room is not yours. It's a shared room, as I already told you many times. But it looks like you don't want to understand, or you're pretending you don't understand. And this room is not yours. If you want to leave the room and get a private room, I already told you, you can. But please don't bother me. And then she didn't get enough. And in this room, there was another guest from Argentina. And this girl was trying to sleep. The other guest was trying to sleep. And this mean girl was screaming and telling me a lot of things. Then she turns to this other guest and says,
can you believe this? Do you agree with that? This guy works here. He works here. In the cleaning. And he is sharing a room with us. We are guests who are paying our staying here. We don't have to share a room with people like that. You know why you're here? Because you're homeless. You don't have money to pay your staying. That's why you have to be working here as a poor person to pay for staying here. I have a lot of money, and I don't want to stay in the same room as you.
She kept saying a lot of things, and then my temper was gone. I started to get very angry. And then I said, can you please shut up and leave me alone? And let me tell you something. This place is not yours. This is a shared room. Your bed. Do you pay your bed? Yeah, you pay your bed with money, and I pay my bed working here. There's no difference between me and you. We are guests. We both are guests. The difference between you and me is because you pay with money, and I pay working here. I'm also a guest. And I don't have to be here listening to this kind of things that you are doing to me and saying these things to me, disrespecting me here. If you keep doing like this, you will leave the hostel right now. And I'm telling you, right now. She kept saying a lot of things to me, and situations started to get worse. And then I called the owner, and then I told him, I have this situation here. This and this and this is happening here. This girl is being very rude to me and mean to me. If you don't tell this girl to leave this hostel right now, I'm gonna pack my things and I'm gonna leave this place. I'm not gonna work here because I'm not here for people to be disrespecting me. And then the owner told me, tell her to leave. Even if he didn't tell me, I would have told her to leave. And then he told me, just tell her to leave. And then at this hostel, people, there were a lot of things that I didn't agree with, a lot of situations I didn't agree with. But this owner has something very good that I have to tell about him, that he valued your work. He knows how to recognize your value as a volunteer or as an employee. Because if you have a situation like this, any other situations, that if he sees that people are disrespecting you, if people were disrespecting you or treating you not good, he would tell this person to leave, because he knows how to respect his employees. And if you were, going through problems there with people, and telling him, these people is doing this and this to me, and I don't agree with, and he said, no, this is wrong. Okay, I agree with you. He is very human, in this part. And then he told me, tell her to leave right now. I'll give her money back. And that's what I did. Situation started to get worse, and she was saying a lot of things to me. And then I said, and then when she started to say many other things, I said, you know what? Shut up and leave this hostel right now. Pack your things right now. You're gonna pack your things. You're gonna leave the hostel right now. And I mean now. And she goes like,
you know what? I prefer to move to a private room. I want to move to a private room because I don't want to stay in the same bedroom, in the same room as you, as people like you.
I said, no, we are not changing you to another room here. We are not putting you in any other space in this hostel because there's no space at all for people like you. You don't deserve to be in this place because you are disrespectful, you don't know how to talk to people. You are not the person to stay in a place like this. And me and all of the people who are in this place, we don't deserve to be around people like you because you are very disrespectful. And I don't have to be explaining you this. You are very disrespectful, you are very mean, you are a very bad person. It's a shame on you. I feel pity on you. Poor you that you are like this. Because if you feel like you're better than anyone else, why are you here? And it's a pleasure for me if you leave now, because you are very unpleasant to be around. I don't want to be around people like you. And you're gonna leave now. And she wants to keep a fight. She wanted to start. No, I'm telling you right now, pack your things and leave the hostel right now. That's what I'm telling you. That's all. And I just left her.
For me, there's no problem to leave this place because I have a lot of money. My parents, they send me money. And you are here because you're homeless. You don't have a place to stay. That's why you're here. You have to clean the floor. You have to do this kind of job to stay here because you don't have money to stay anywhere else.
Really, you are so rich and you are here. Why are you in a five-star hotel then? Why don't you have your own house if you are so rich? Please, just leave the place. I don't want to talk to you anymore. I was very angry. She packed her things and then she just left the hostel. She left the hostel. After she left, I was feeling relieved. But then after that, I still don't understand. We are living in 2022. Technology has advanced so much and human being is going backwards. I don't understand these people's thoughts. They think they're better than anyone else just because people work in cleaning. If you don't want to clean your house, if you don't want to work as a cleaner, don't do that. But do not mistreat people who do this kind of profession, because every profession is valued. Every profession is dignified. You're not better than anyone else because someone working cleaning and the other one works doing this or painting the wall. And what are you? You are in a pedestal, better than anyone, because you are not working in the cleaning. Poor you that doesn't know how to clean a floor, a basic work that everybody should know how to do. And I feel very proud. I am very proud that my parents taught me how to clean a floor, how to wash a dish, and because of that, I have traveled for so many countries doing this. And you, what do you know? The only thing that you know is to be poor in your mind, because this is a very poor and little mind to treat people like this. She was telling me things about being depressed and that her life in the Netherlands was not good. And I understand why her life is not good. It's because she's so very bad. She's a very bad person. And the way she treats people, it's the reason why her life is not good. I really don't understand people like this. And she got angry at me the most because she was even more angry at me because the more she tries to disrespect me, I didn't let her humiliate me. I have a lot of money, yeah? And I don't have anything to deal with your money. I don't give a damn about your money. I'm not asking you money. My bed is paid. Yours is not. You have to be cleaning. Yeah, thank God I have to. Thank God I have my hands. I have knowledge. I know how to clean, and I'm being here with the cleanness. Very proud to be doing this. And you are such a stupid person who doesn't even know how to clean. You don't know how to wash a glass. You don't know how to wash a dish. You need people to do this for you because you're such a poor person. And I have pity on you because you need treatment. You need to learn more about respect. And she was saying a lot of things to me. And guys, I'm gonna tell you this: never ever let people humiliate you because of who you are, of what you do. Every profession has its own worth. If you clean, if you paint, if you're a teacher, if you're a pilot, it doesn't matter what you do in your life. Everybody needs one another. If everybody should do the same thing, the same profession, the same thing, it would be very boring. That's why we have different kinds of profession, because everybody needs one another. But then don't come to me with this kind of idiot sayings like, "Oh, you working cleaning, you working like this," and what do you do? What do you think that what you do is more important than other people? Thank God I work in cleanness. And working in cleanliness, I have been in so many places in my life because of this work that I'm very proud to say that I am a cleaner. And I don't have any problem to say that. I would have a problem if I had your mind, a mind like yours, a poor mind, a prejudiced mind. Because what this girl, she's very sad in her life. She needs help, you know. But you know what really got me angry the most at this situation was not this girl. Also, this girl made me very angry. But another girl who used to live at this hostel. This girl paid rent there, and then after I told this mean guest to leave, this girl came inside. I cannot believe you did this.
Daniel, I'm gonna tell you, I cannot believe you did this. You kicked this girl out of this hostel? It's late at night, it's raining, she's a girl, she's a woman, alone. She's alone in Sao Paulo. Anything could happen to her, and you do something like this.
Really? Are you kidding me? Yeah, she's a woman. She's a girl. She's a woman. She's alone, and she is disrespectful. One thing has nothing to do to another thing, because if she was respectful, if she was human and knows how to respect people, the doors here are open for her. But the doors here are not open for people who act like this. And if you want her to stay here saying a lot of bad things, take her to your room, because this girl has a room for herself. She was paying the rent at the hostel. She was living at the hostel. She was not in a shared room. Okay, I was the one who was in the bedroom with her, and she was disrespecting me, saying a lot of curse words to me. And as long as you were in your bedroom, alone. So if you think this is injustice, take her to your room and let her telling you a lot of bad things and humiliating you, because I'm not the one. I'm not the one to let people do this kind of thing to me. You know what? People, they get angry at you, and they get really very angry when you know you're right, when you know how to put yourself in a position that people will respect you. And please, people, do not let people humiliate you because of who you are, of what kind of work you have. What is the perfect job? Because you work in a very good company and I work in a computer like this, I am better than anyone who is cleaning. You're not better than anyone. Everybody needs cleanness. Do you like your house to be dirty? Because you don't work in cleanness? Okay, so take your clothes, you're not gonna wash anymore. Don't take a shower because you don't like cleanness. But these people, you know, it's a waste of time. It's a completely waste of time. Keep on arguing with them, you know, fighting with them, because that's what they want. They want to scream at you and say a lot of things to you because they don't listen to what you have to say, because they don't understand. You know, their brain is like, they don't think. You know, it's some people that we have to be pity on them. It's a poor mind, poor people. They have problems. But it's not because they have problems, and it's not because they're close-minded. It's not because they have a poor mind that you have to let them do whatever they want to do with you, saying a lot of things, disrespectful things to you, you know. And then I kicked this girl out of the hostel. Said, leave the hostel right now. You're not gonna stay here. No, but I want to stay in a private room. No. Now at this point, we don't have private room. We don't have shared room. We don't have any space for you here anymore, because you don't belong to this place ever. If you want to go any other place, you can go. But here, you're not gonna stay at all. And that's it. After that, when she was packing her things, she passed by me in the reception. I opened the door for her, and she told me, "You need a girlfriend. You know what you need? You need a girlfriend." Oh yeah. Do you have a boyfriend? I asked her. She told me, "I have a lot of boyfriends." It's no use, because it's not working for you. You have a lot of boyfriends, and still you are this bad person. You're a very bad person. You know, God bless you. God bless your path. Now, live. Just get away from here. And then she left. There's something that, you know, I don't like and that repulses me, is that when people they tell me, I have heard this a few times in my life, "What do you do for a living?" And then when I say, "Oh, I work as a cleaner. I have worked as a cleaner in many places, in cruise ships, hotel, hostels. What do you do for a living?" I work as a cleaner." "Oh, but you are so intelligent." Really? Do you think that because I clean something and I have to be dumb because I clean something? You have a dumb thought. Because you don't know how to clean something, somebody who works in the cleanness, they're not intelligent. you telling me this, you are not the intelligent one. You are completely not the intelligent one. And I'm gonna tell you guys, in a specific time in my life that other person told me like this, Daniel, you were so intelligent. And I was like, oh my God, here it comes again. You are so intelligent and you were cleaning toilets in these cruise ships. You know, you deserve something better than this. You deserve something better than this because cleaning people's toilets is not good. And then I told her, tell me something. When you are in your house, when you go to the bathroom, right? And then when you flush, and then when you clean yourself in the toilet, do you ask somebody to do this job for you, or do you do yourself?
Of course not. When I am in the bathroom, when I do my things over there, I wipe myself. I have to clean the things that I do. I have to flush. I have to clean.
So, you are the one who is in the bad position, not me. Because in my work, when I flush somebody's toilet, when I do some cleaning, when I clean some poo-poo, a lot of dollars comes to my account, you know. Every time I flush a toilet, $1 in my account. So I'm not the one in a bad position. You are the one who is doing this for free. So please, people, do not come to me with this kind of thing like, you're so intelligent. You're so intelligent to clean. You're so intelligent to work, you know, preparing hamburgers. Yeah, and that's why, and because I am intelligent, that's why I do this. Why? Do you think you're better than somebody who works preparing hamburgers? I have worked in this profession and I learned a lot. And also when I was working like this, I used to hear this. You're so intelligent to be here. I am intelligent to be here. And being intelligent to be here, I can see that you are very dumb to be there. Because it's because you have a closed mind like this that you do not grow in your life. This subject makes me very, angry. But I don't waste my time with these people because they're dumb. They are the dumb ones. This happens because people, they create rules. They create a formula for their lives, and they think that this formula works for other people's lives. Okay, if you want to do this, this kind of job, if you want to have this kind of car, if you think that this doesn't serve you right, this is your life. This is your decision. People's lives and people's decision is another thing, and it's up to them to decide what they want for their life or not, for their lives or not. Get over this kind of crazy conversations, Leave people alone. Every profession has its own value. Every profession has its own worth. And you're not the one to tell people what they should do or not. You're not the one to criticize people and tell them how much they're intelligent or not to do something. I know a lot of people who has professions that they think they're better than anyone else, and they are just as dumb as hell. Really, I know a lot of them. So it doesn't matter what you do, just do it. At the end of the day, what matters is that you do what you have to do and you get money in your account. If you work cleaning, you're going to have a job. In the end of the month, you have money. If you do as a teacher, the same. It doesn't matter what you do. We all work for money, And a lot of people, they think that you suffer because you're doing this. How can you take this situation working like this? You don't suffer.
Poor you. How can you stand the situation cleaning this floor? You're so intelligent. How can you take this job?
Well, I am not suffering. I'm here working in the end of the month. By the end of the month, the money is in my account. So, for me, this is not suffering. It's my job. And who told you that I don't like what I do or that this is suffer for me? Just because you don't want to do something, it doesn't mean that other people, they don't want to do that something. Just because you think that it's bad for you and you don't put yourself in this position because you have prejudice, it doesn't mean that for other people it's the same. There are a lot of people happy with what they do. And you don't have to be telling people like, oh, this is good, this is not. You should do this, you should do that. Take all the fingers that you point to people's lives and turn to your body, to you. And start to analyze your life and what you do. Start to look at yourself. What you do, has a worth for you? Is being okay for you? Then great, keep doing that. Are you happy cleaning? Great. Are you happy being a teacher? Great. If you're not, move to something else. But people prefer to point their fingers to other people. Ah, you should do this, you should do that. No, and you should just shut your mouth up and leave people alone. People, they are not unhappy doing what they do. On the opposite, they're just worried with their lives. They're clean because they want to clean and being happy with that. If they're unhappy, it's their choice to be unhappy too, because we have choices to be happy or unhappy. For example, I had a lot of jobs in my life that I was not happy, and then I changed, but I was not suffering. I put myself in that position. Okay, I don't want anymore, I'm gonna change. But not because I was working in cleaning, not because I was working, preparing food. They all have a value. Put this in your mind, because you criticize people who works in this kind of position, but then you go there to buy a hamburger, right? You pay a person to clean your house, and then you depend on that service. You depend on that kind of work. So shut your mouth and stop saying this kind of bullshit that you say, because it's very crazy and it's not right. I'm really tired of that. Alright people, this was supposed to be a small video, not a long video, but then I started talking, and this is the video today. I hope you guys enjoy this, and I am Danny Traveler. The world is my home, and my backpack is everything I carry with me. Thank you for watching.